There's an issue surrounding the unhoused population that many communities around our country are dealing with today. It used to be the case that the Supreme Court had ruled it would be cruel and unusual to arrest someone and take them to jail or to ticket someone for sleeping on a park bench or sleeping down by the river. There were literally nowhere else for them to go. That it was not reasonable to require someone to simply walk until they died if there was nowhere for them to sleep. That ruling has since been overturned, and communities are no longer required to ensure that there is an alternative before they inflict punitive measures. Our community here last night voted that they wanted the police department to begin ticketing and arresting people for sleeping when there was nowhere else for them to sleep. And many of those same people who voted in favor of that later voted that they didn't want any shelter space available anywhere in our community for these people, that they didn't want any alternative, that exactly what they wanted was for them to walk until they died. So I read this poem in our council chambers last night in response to that issue. I am an honest, law-abiding citizen. Honest because all my lies are white. Law-abiding because I get away with all my infractions. Speeding, drinking, checking my phone, skipping lines on my taxes that are no one's business but my own. And I am not required to have mercy on an old woman who begs for a warm cup of green tea to keep her bones rattling on a cold night. I am not required to have mercy on a young man who looks for pretty rocks by the river and fills every scrap of paper he can find with notes from the Bible he carries with him everywhere he goes. I am not required to have mercy on the mother with black eyes and broken bones whose children are safer in a snowy gutter than in the house they fled. I am not required to have mercy on the flagger with growling stomach who stands in the sun all day to direct me safely through traffic when he has no safe place himself. I am not required to have mercy on the cold, on the hungry, on the hurt, on the frightened, on the sick, on the lonely. Ship them off where I can't see them, lock them up, let them starve or freeze and burn the bodies to ash. I am an honest, law-abiding citizen. I am not required. Shame on every honest, law-abiding citizen who hangs their legal defense and their moral compass on what they are not required to do.